Cash made it.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. If you're new here, my name is Adrian.
I'm Alicia.
And you're watching Toast Up with the Girls. Or listening, because you know we have a podcast as well.
Yes. Welcome back, guys. Today we are drinking, what do we just call this? A Harvest Moon cocktail.
Harvest Moon cocktail.
Adrian created it. She made it up.
Yes. I saw some things on Pinterest, but then I was like, that would make this really better. Pineapple juice. So it's pineapple juice, it is tequila, and then it's this like red apple schnapps, liqueur, whatever. And just like mix it up, and then you like serve it over some ice. And then Nikki added some cinnamon on top.
Girl.
A little cinnamon, salt bag, cinnamon bag.
Yeah.
She had a little cinnamon bag today. And it's a cute little drink. It's like a fall drink.
Yeah. It's fall, but it's still bright.
Crisp.
Yeah, and crisp.
Yeah.
But it's a nice like, fall is coming. This is cute.
It is. I keep forgetting. It's getting dark now, you guys. And it's like throwing me off. But I keep forgetting it's October.
Yeah.
Like, it's October.
I was thinking that too.
It keeps throwing me off. Like,
it got really dark the other day. Quick, and I was like, is it about to rain or something?
Yeah.
And then I remembered like, it's October. Like we're in fall. It is October. The weather's changing.
Literally.
The seasons are changing.
I was in the store with my cousin, and we were like there, and we were like, she lives in Boston, so I was visiting her. And it was there with her, and I was like, does this store stay open late? And she goes, I don't know, I've never been here too late. And like looking around, and I was like, bitch, it's 6:30, it's not even late. Like we're still yawning, we're tired, and aisles were sparse. It felt like it was like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's only 6:30. Like, never mind.
All the time.
Oh my God.
All the time.
It's stay open late. It's in regular hours. Okay, so a little tidbit we had. That was fine. Let's get back right into the episode.
Yes. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. This one was good with it. All right, so this episode. Did I my lips? I was like, it was until I got it. Yeah, like I felt like, oh man, it sounds weird. Okay, so this episode we are talking about how to break bad habits. I feel like something we've mentioned before, obviously, but we're going to go dig deeper into it. And then maybe even go into the topic of, how to change your life and love what you do.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean.
All things we're working on.
All things we're working. Work in progress. You should always be a work in progress.
Always. Like even when you get to, we say this all the time though, even when you get to a goal, like appreciate that moment, but then keep working.
Yeah, because once you get stagnant, that's when you stop.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, life becomes like very dreary and sad.
Yeah.
And you feel like, what am I living for?
Yeah.
Always have a goal in mind. That way you're always striving and reaching for something.
Something, y'all.
I'm gonna be very transparent with you guys this episode. We actually have no notes, so
so we're winging it.
We're winging it. We haven't had a rambling episode in a really long time though. So
I'm drinking this time, guys. My month kick is over.
She's down.
I'm gonna be honest again. Honesty is the best policy, and we're very honest with our girls.
We're very but too honest sometimes.
But we're here. So I didn't go the full month without drinking. I did have some days here and there where I was out and was like, okay, fine, I'll have a drink. And that drink may have turned into 2 or 3. However, for the most part, I went without drinking. So that was good.
We give claps for her. Big claps for her.
Yay! Crowd goes crazy.
Oh man, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and delve into the topic of how to break bad habits. I feel like the very first step of learning how to break a bad habit is first you have to be very honest with yourself and you have to list all your bad habits.
Yeah, I think acknowledgement is definitely the first step to being like, you know what?
This is wrong.
This is
and not to be wrong, but like also like something wrong for you.
Yeah, wrong for you. It's wrong for me. It might be something. It might even be something that you like or love doing, or you get joy out of it. But I mean, we all have those things like, okay, maybe you need to come back, or maybe you need to stop. Like, retail therapy is great, but bitch, watch your account. Stop.
Don't talk to me. This is about love.
Don't worry, I'm there too. That's why I can speak on these things, because I have been there too. But, you know your limits. And I think that's one of those things of acknowledging and realizing, okay, like, I want to get my finances together. Maybe I don't need retail therapy every time I have a quote-unquote rough day, because I can make anything a rough day.
Man, right? I broke my nail. It's so bad. Let me go spend $200. Yeah. Like, why? Why? First of all, you didn't even spend nails on your nail. Okay. Go get your nails fixed and call it a day.
That's how you treat yourself. You know, or even just eating out all the time. Yeah. Or, you know, having sweets all the time. It's like, it comes back to discipline and just realizing, like, hey, this might not be the best move for me. I'm not able to save as much as I want, or I'm not able to even get in shape because I keep treating myself to whatever I want, as opposed to staying focused and realizing this is going against my actual goals.
Exactly.
It's that acknowledgement, like, this is not getting me to where I want to be.
Yeah, I want this, but I can't get this because I'm doing this.
You gotta figure out what is it that you keep doing that's preventing you from getting to where you want to be. And once you figure that out,
that's step one down. So like I said, definitely sit down, have an honest conversation with yourself. And if you can't do it for yourself, maybe enlist a friend's help. Like, hey, what are some bad habits that you notice about me that you think that could help me get to my goal better?
Help me improve as a person. And you should be able to have those conversations with your friends.
You should. If not,
like, I feel stagnant. I don't know what's going on. Can you talk to me? Can you help me figure out
what's going on? How to change?
Like, and that's not, your friend doesn't have to be your therapist and give you the answers. Yeah. But your friends know you.
The starting point.
Yeah, it's a starting point. They can help you and be like, you know what? You do spend a lot of money sometimes when we go out. You always feel like you gotta buy drinks for everybody. You can stop that. You don't have to do that. Or, you know, whatever the case is, they can just call you out on it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they did already. And you could be like, you know what? Remember that one time you called me out on X, Y, and Z? Can you dive deeper into that with me? Like, do I do that all the time?
Is there a reason why? Have you noticed a pattern?
That something triggers me to do that?
Exactly.
Or, like, you know, what was it that made you even say that? Like, you can get to help.
Exactly. How long? Or even know, like, when did it start? Do you want to really figure out what's going on? And that is, I feel like that's definitely step one, is to like figure that out, okay? You gotta have an honest conversation. You're probably gonna hate yourself for a second. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We're all humans. Mistakes happen. Life happens. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has this shit figured out. But it's just about working to improve yourself as often as you can.
As often as you can, definitely. Okay. So that's step one. Yay. Step two. I don't know. I'm only step one right now. Question mark. Question mark. Just kidding. I feel like step two is probably like after you like figure out your problems, is like maybe replace the habit with a different habit.
Yes.
So instead, like you said, if you have a shopping problem, like you're spending so much money, instead of like, you have a goal like, oh, I want to save money because I want to travel, okay? But you can't save money because you want to travel because you're out here spending money. You had a bad day, now you're gonna go blow $400 at the store, or you're out getting your lashes done or your nails done every day when you don't have to. So maybe instead of that, when you feel that urge, like, okay, instead of spending money on this stuff, I'll go ahead and I'll make a deposit in my account. Because that way, like, oh, took the one thing from one place to another place, you still spent that money, but like you technically you're saving.
Yeah, like, okay, so I probably would have spent, you know, $100 shopping today. So let me instead spending that, actually, I'm just going to transfer to one of my savings accounts for travel or for shopping.
Exactly.
Future shopping. You know, so that way you're kind of setting yourself up for success and not going against yourself. I definitely think that's the second step, is just, now that you acknowledged it, like, how are you going to correct it? Yeah. Plan out, like, okay, so this is my problem, how am I going to correct it? This is my bad habit. What's the route to fixing it? And then,
because the bad habit is it's only a bad habit because it's something that's easy for you to do.
Yeah.
It's something that you do because it's something that's becomes such an easy, automatic move for you that you don't even think about it. So you're out here spending money on your own fast food because it's easier than going home and cooking.
Yeah.
You gotta do like, okay, now I gotta make a new habit. Instead of doing this, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna meal prep, I'm gonna lay things out, I'm gonna buy my favorite foods at home and to make them. Like, you gotta make a plan, you know, put it into perspective for yourself.
Yes. All right, so it takes 18 to 254 days. That's a long time.
Yeah, people say, all people say different things. Some people say it takes 8 days. There's some people who say it took 33. Someone said it took 66 days to form a habit. It really depends.
Yeah,
I feel like it takes 21 days to. I feel like it really does take 21 days to like get in the motion of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like in my experience, it takes 90 days to like really like
fully break the habit
and not break it and not go back.
Not be encouraged or like tempted to.
Or as tempted. I feel like you're always gonna be tempted to go back to, because you're gonna have slip. That's another thing. Knowing that there's gonna be slip ups. Yeah. So you have to realize that you're gonna have a moment weaknesses where you're going to slip, and it's okay. But I think 90 days gives you a fact where it's more like you won't be as tipped as easily.
Yeah.
It'll take a lot for you to slip up, maybe.
Yeah. But yes, that's where discipline comes into play again, because as you realize the habits that you need to change, and like, okay, I need to stop spending so much money. I need to stop going. Like, what are the ways I can change that? Number one, I can stop eating out so much. Number two, I can stop getting coffee every morning. Number three, like, because I can make it at home. I can cook at home, so I can have meals at home. If I have a coffee maker already too, then like, duh, just get the coffee so you can make coffee at home.
Especially because they make all your favorite coffees now. All right, be able to make it at home.
You can make it at home.
So make your coffee at home.
Make your coffee at home. Save a little money.
It doesn't taste the same.
It does. I don't. It doesn't get.
It does. No, it does. It does taste.
Sometimes it does. And sometimes like something's missing. I don't know. I think it's the vibe and experience.
Have someone else make it for you. But that's okay, because we are adults and we can do our own stuff.
Yeah.
You can do it yourself. I feel like when you make a habit, it's like mostly it's like not even just a habit. Your life, and you're trying to change your life. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to like? What are you willing to like suffer for? Pretty much.
That's a big one.
And if you want to travel, like I guess I could suffer this homemade Starbucks coffee that I made instead of going to Starbucks every day.
And that's the honest truth. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to truly get to where you want to be in life?
Definitely.
Because it's going to take some sacrifice. It's going to take cutting things out.
Missing out on things.
Missing out on
activity.
You can't go out all the time because you got to save money.
Yeah. And you should be okay with that. And your friends should be okay with that. People in your life should rally around you to be like, okay, I get it. You got this.
Yeah,
I support you
at all times. Even with me stopping drinking for a little bit, everybody encouraged me.
Yeah.
I don't think I had anybody that was like pressuring me, like, oh, well, just drink this one time, it's okay. Like every time I had something to drink was my decision and my choice. But you know, they'd be the why, like, oh, what's the why? Why are you stopping drinking? Like, just because I want to, just because I like to detox every now and then, like, you know. Just this is a month that I'm out and around people more so than normal. So now it's like everyone's noticing. Like they ask me, want to drink? It's like if I'm always saying no, they're like, damn, are you drinking? No. Well, not. Now I gotta explain. You know, typically when you do it, you don't have a lot of people in your face.
Right.
Asking questions.
Like my thing is definitely like my birthday month and then October. Yeah. Everyone's birthday's in October. So I don't even try during those months. It's just.
And that's why I think after my birthday month is when I always try to detox. So like, you know, because it's your birthday month, so you're just doing a lot. You're going out all the time, hanging out, going out, having a night in, drinking by yourself, sipping on some wine. You treat yourself a lot. That's what you treat yourself a lot. You know, you have your little, I have all my spa days. I mean, I have spa days all the time, but birthday spa days. Birthday spa days. I mean, the whole month is a spa day, okay?
Self-care all month long.
All month long.
Treat yourself.
But yeah, after my birthday month, I always like to detox, so just to take care of myself. And having that support around you is important because it helps you stay focused on your goals. Because your friend's like, okay, cool, I understand. Like, you just trying to do it for your health, just so you can, you know, stay healthy. Like, I got you. I'm not gonna, like, see you want some water? Like, what are you drinking on tonight? So I can make sure at least I'm getting you that. And it's like, okay, cool. That works. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for helping me stay encouraged and like and disciplined in what it is that I'm trying to achieve.
Because it's so easy to slip. Like it's easy to slip into your bad habit because, like I said, it's something you automatically do. So to have someone who rallies around you, like, no, girl, you got this. Here you go. Here's your water in a cute glass so you can feel like you're doing yourself.
You can feel cute. I give you water with a lemon. Right. A little lemon zest. Yeah. Throw an umbrella on there. Right.
Like I helped you.
I put it in a super cute cup for you. It's cute.
It's good. It's good.
But definitely that. What we say? We said that was step 2?
Yeah.
What was that 3?
I think 3 is just like realizing there's just, like I said, you're gonna slip up.
Yeah. That would definitely be 3 is realizing that mistakes are gonna happen and it's okay.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, I mean, it depends on your bad habits because we all have varieties of them. There's not just one. Some of them, it's okay to go back to to eventually when you get more disciplined and focused.
Yeah, when you can
achieve certain
contain it.
goals. Some of them don't go back to it.
Yeah.
You know, bad habits can vary on different degrees. So some of them, yes, cut it out, cut it off, don't ever do it again. But the ones that aren't detrimental to your health and livelihood, or to the health and livelihood of anyone else, those, like, you can, if you're having financial problems, or you're trying to get your money out, you're trying to save for trips and stuff and travel, like, you once you get your money back up, you can start spending again. You know, like, once you get to certain levels. But this is it comes within, like, I feel like everything's okay within doses. Yeah. It's okay with everything. Small increments, small doses. Because you get your money, you'd be like, okay, I can go spend. Don't go spend it all again. And then you'd be like, okay, I gotta focus again. I gotta get that money back. Don't start that cycle. But, like, small doses. Like, once you get established or reach some goals, you can start doing some of these things again and not be in that same place that you were before. Because you should still be taking that discipline and those lessons with those same steps and doing those same things. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I used to get Starbucks every day. Then I stopped getting Starbucks so I could save. Now I just get Starbucks when I go to Target. Yeah. Because it's there and it's cute and it pulls me in like everything else in Target, so I can't help it. Well, maybe not, because that's when I lose it in Target. I lose it in Target. I have no self-control in Target. Like, maybe a drive-through and you're like, oh, I'm going this place. I'll get Starbucks. Or like, on occasion, then now you're like, okay, I'm back, got my money back up, I'm doing good. Now I can go out to eat again with friends here and there. Now I can have Starbucks here and there. Now I can do these, I can go out again here and there because I have my money back up. Am I gonna go do it all the time like I did before? No, but now I can reintroduce it in my life in a different way. Yeah, where I'm not more treating it, it's more fun, entertaining, and then not like detrimental to like, oh man, I'm gonna be in debt. Yeah, it's truly like a bonus. It's a treat, and if you're really treating yourself as opposed to it should be an everyday thing. It's not a treat then. If it's every day, it's not a treat. Like you said, every day is not a treat. Maybe to you because it's your favorite, but now it's a bad habit. Now it's an addiction. It's an addiction. Okay, so that was 3. So what's your 4th? Just be acting on it? No. Well, yeah, that, and I would also say you have to track your habits. Yeah. Like, you don't know you're making progress unless you're tracking. Yeah. And that way, like we said, it takes like what they say, 18 to 200 something days. That way you can know, like, okay, and you break it down into like either monthly or quarterly, and then you be like, okay, well, like this week out of 7 days, I only did it 5, or now next month I did it out of 31 days, I did it 28. Like, you see your improvement, and it makes you go harder and more with it. Like, oh crap, like look how better I'm getting. I can see how I'm progressing. I can see that I am almost at my goal. And those days that you didn't do it, you can look back and see, like, okay, well, what happened those days that made me not do it? What did I give into? Yeah, kind of thing. And if you did give in, also don't, like I said, don't go hard on yourself. Yeah, it's okay. Everybody's human. It happens. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not a light switch. Yeah. It takes time. Sometimes you have good weeks where you go like, oh, I went 2 weeks without it, and then you slide back. That's fine. Yeah, it's okay. It's going to take a while to build up your habit and start a whole new path. Because like I said, these are things that you're doing because it's easy to do. It's easy to slide in. It's your automatic thinking that you're doing. You're not even thinking about it. You're just automatically doing it. Therefore, it's going to take a while for you to stop that and then switch on to something different. It's fine. It's okay. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You'll figure it out. You'll get there. You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great. Every time I hear that, I think of Chris. Yeah. You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great, sweetie. It's going to be great, okay? Promise. We promise. But yeah. And then I think after that, just making sure you stick to it. Stick to this new change that you want to see and really envision yourself doing it already. Yeah. Or being at that space already. Yeah. And being... So say I want to be like, oh, I am. Like, I am financially stable. Yeah. I am here. I am financially stable. I am traveling. I have trips coming up. Yeah. I'm booking. Once you say that, like, if you say what you are, you're gonna live that lifestyle. Like, oh, I want to be a healthy person. Like, I don't want to be a healthy person. I am a healthy person. A healthy person. Well, now you start like, okay, what do healthy people do? They wake up early. They go to the gym. They eat better. Like, you're start doing that because you keep saying I am a healthy person, and to be that person, in that mindset, you gotta think that person.
You start surrounding yourself with those people.
Mm-hmm. You start to gravitate towards things that are going to that are more in alignment with that, because you're telling yourself, this is
what I am.
What I am and who I am, not what I want to be. Because if you keep saying, this is what I want to be, and this is what I want to do.
To define yourself.
Yeah, because you're saying this is what you want. You want it, but you're always going to want it. You're not going to actually do it or be it.
Make some moves.
You have to put yourself in that
headspace.
Yeah, that proper headspace. Like, this is who I am, and this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at, and this is where I am going. Not where I want to go, but this is where I am going. And like, just call that into yourself.
And like, so like things like that. I feel like mood boards, vision boards, those things work great. Or even like little journals, like so you can like write into it.
Yeah, I think journaling, especially when it comes to breaking bad habits, I think that's good. Because then you can write down
your habits,
your mood. Yeah, it's like a habit tracker almost. Yeah. You know, how whatever prompts you to want to journal at the point in time will kind of let you know where your headspace was at. Yeah. At that point in time, so you can just see,
look back,
the flow and like what might have triggered you. Like, damn, every time I talked to so and so, I got triggered, or every time
this weather was like this.
Yeah,
you'll see your pattern.
Fall came or winter came, I got depressed and went and spent all my money because I was tired of being a knob. So now you know, like, you get winter depression. Now you
seasonal depression.
Yeah,
it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yeah. It's real.
It's real. Okay. Pretty sure I suffered from a couple years. Like, I can't do this. That's also when you know your triggers and stuff too. Like, if you do even get seasonal depression, then you know, all right, I know that as much as I want to save up for trips, like I know that come wintertime, I need to get away. I need to, not just because like, oh, I want to take a trip, but for my mental health, I should plan somewhere. So at least for like some time where I get a break from it.
Yeah, it's not a whole, especially if you live somewhere that's like most of the listeners are in Michigan, so like living here, we have a good like 6 months of winter of bad weather. So like this is where you're at, where you have seasonal depression. Like you definitely need to go somewhere and plan like a little break. Because 6 months is a really long time.
It's a long time.
I don't want to say 6 months. I say like maybe like 7.
Yeah.
We have really long weather. Like it's. So was that what, step 4 or 5?
5?
Step 5.
I think so.
Sure.
Say 5.
I feel like we did 5. How many steps are there?
I don't know. I feel like that's about it though.
I feel like it's a good number of steps.
If you were to break it down into steps, I think that's about it. It's just.
Last step. Because as you're breaking habits, you're making goals with these habits. Make sure you revel and enjoy those goals once you meet them. Like take a break. Celebrate. You did it. Good job. Woo!
Don't go crazy.
Yeah. Don't go
back to the bad habit to celebrate.
Yeah. But like a mental pat on the back. Like, take a deep breath. You did it. You achieved it. And then like set another goal and keep going. Like, okay, like I said, you went 2 weeks without this habit. Enjoy it. Breathe. And then go, I bet I can do another 2 weeks.
Do another 2. Add something else to your list.
Yeah. Okay, here's another goal. Because also start live. Start small. Don't add 12 goals, the habits that you want to change at once.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Don't try to do everything at once either. Like
you're gonna give up.
It's gonna be way too much. Way too overbearing.
Do 1 or 2.
Way too much pressure.
Maybe 1 big one and 1 small one.
Yeah.
Like, don't
start with even if you just start with something small that you know you can break.
Yeah, like drinking more water.
Just because it's going to encourage you and boost your confidence in breaking the rest of the habits.
Thank you.
As you build up, you're like, okay,
oh, I did this.
I did that. Now what? Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna go do this. Oh, did that. Now what? Oh, now I'm gonna break this habit.
Definitely.
Boom, did it. Now what? And you're gonna end up becoming a whole new person overnight.
Like, look what I did. Like, look how I changed my life. Like, honestly, like we said, you already got this list of habits that you made. It should be, honestly, like we said, we're human beings. We all have bad habits. I'm pretty sure you have more than 3 bad habits.
Yeah.
Make a list and then take that list and put them in order. Like, this is like, at least, this is a small habit. The big one is going to take a big change. And then, like I said, knock them out one by one. You can do this.
Yeah. I think it's a process. But it's achievable.
Exactly.
As much as it's as achievable as you want it to be.
Yeah. Anyone could change their life and break a bad habit if they want to.
And there's always that quote, 6 months. 6 months of focus and discipline can change your life. I think that's true. I think even in a month, if you are really focused and disciplined on things, within 6 months, you know how many habits you could break and change, and like you literally could be a whole new person in a whole new place, headspace.
Right. Even
physically, mentally, emotionally.
Almost the end of the year. We have 2 months left. Yeah. You can break some bad habits before the end of the year.
In 2 months, you can do a lot.
Yeah.
In a month, I feel like you can do a lot.
Yeah, because a lot of people, like, in their people mindset, they be like, oh, I can't do this, it's going to take too long. But then, like, the time passes, it's like, well, you could have been done it.
Yeah.
Or you could have been halfway through this.
Yeah.
You got to think something like, oh, it takes so long, and just go out there and do it.
Just do it.
Regardless if it takes a year or 2 years, like, just get started.
You have to start, you have to do it. And a little bit every day goes a long way.
Yes.
Like I said, don't be hard on yourself when mistakes happen. But a little bit every day goes a long way in achieving goals and breaking habits, because at least you're intentionally trying.
Yeah, that's another thing. You have to have intention with these goals too, like these habits. Like, I'm trying to change. Really sit there and like really be like, I want. If you don't want to change, you don't have. No one's forcing you to change unless you're Asperger or something like that.
Yeah, that was it. Unless then you have to change. Unless it's dangerous to you
and others, you have to change. Then otherwise, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Like, no one's forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. But if you're going to do it, like, set some intentions and like really go for it.
Really go for it. Prove to yourself. Also, like, this isn't anything to do for anybody else or prove to anybody else. This is proof to yourself. For yourself. That, like, you can do it when you want to, how you want to, and you can get shit done.
Get shit done.
Okay? That's what we out here doing. Getting shit done.
Yeah. Okay, so would you list some bad habits? Do you know some, like, what are some, like some not
bad habits?
Yeah. Not your bad habits. Some, like, what are some, like, really big bad habits?
I think overspending.
I don't think that's a bad habit.
That is a bad habit. It's definitely a bad habit. I overspend. I've been getting better at it. But it's definitely one of those, like I said, and I don't do it every morning, because sometimes I do actually make my tea in the morning and make breakfast or something here. But a lot of times, if I'm working that day, I'm grabbing a coffee on the way in. If it's the morning time and I'm going anywhere in the morning time, I'm stopping somewhere and grabbing a coffee.
Honestly, I see you usually have like something in your coffee.
Some iced coffee, tea, and I usually, like, it's either a matcha, lately it's a matcha tea or a chai tea latte, so it's still tea. So I still try to be like, oh, well, it's still healthy, or I'll get a smoothie or something to be really healthy. But I'm
making it at home.
Exactly. It's just spending money every morning.
You're spending
and then if I get breakfast with it, that's like $10 to $11, $12 depending on what I'm getting and where from. Every morning.
It's like what, 4 mornings.
4 days out the week. It's a fucking lot. It's too many. It's too much money.
48?
It's too much money being spent at like
$48.
It's just too much. A week. It's just way too much.
Yeah. No one quote me on math. That probably wasn't right either.
It's just too much. Yeah, so that's definitely a bad habit that I personally have. I used to treat myself to shopping all the time, which I've controlled that, but now it's just food. Instead it's fucking coffees every morning.
Honestly, a bad habit. Like, not even Target. I can control myself in Target. Like,
I'm working on it.
I would make a whole cart, and then I could leave that cart. I'm gonna put things in the cart. But believe me, I'm gonna walk around with a cart. I don't care if I came in there for one thing. I'm grabbing a big cart, and I walk that whole aisle, all the aisles, and put everything that I ever want to see inside that cart. But then I'll leave that cart in the middle, or I'll put the things back, and I'll just leave. Because it's like, no, I have no self-control inside of TJ Maxx or Home Goods. I have none.
I do in there if I walk direct, like I'll go to TJ Maxx to get candles, and I've gotten to, like, even with Target I have to do this, is I'll start to get distracted, but I have to like put my blinders on and be like, no, focus.
There's no blinders in TJ Maxx. When you walk in, the purses are to your right. And I love looking at purses. I don't get a purse every single time.
Me either, but I do.
I stopped that. I use the purse every single time though.
And then I end up in like
but most of the selection's been bad lately.
Yeah, no, they were.
It's not been that great lately.
But it's when you go in and you're not looking for it. You know,
even when I guess I'm always looking there because I always go to the purse section and I will dig through. I'm that person who looks at every single little thing.
If I'm over there,
that's my first place. I don't care if I came in here to go find some athletic pants. I'm going to the purse section. I don't care.
Purses first.
And then, like you said, the skincare and the makeup's right there because, like, you can always find like a good NARS or MAC lipstick, lip liner, and that's where I get them all from. Is TJ Maxx.
You find everything there.
Okay. So we're going to talk about how to change your life.
Yeah.
Step 1, not know any Libras or Scorpios. Just kidding.
Yeah, so after you break your bad habits, clearly your life is changing, it's improving, you're getting closer to your goals. And at that point, you are changing your life. You're making those moves, like I said, to achieve your goals and be in the place that you want to be. And get in that headspace and point to really love your life and love what you do. Because the more you choose yourself and choose to break those bad habits and choose to be disciplined and make those choices and the necessary sacrifices, you're going to get to that point of just naturally aligning with
what you
want. Yeah, and even that might even change along the way as you break those habits and align with different things, because you're changing your life. You're you're switching things up. So you may have thought you wanted something, but as you're breaking habits and becoming a new person and changing your ways, you might get introduced to something else that becomes then more appealing than what you first had in mind. And it might be a little bit more ambitious, maybe even, but because now you're in this habit of breaking habits and
you feel a bit more better. You feel like you can achieve more.
Yeah,
anyway.
like, you know what? I never thought about that even being a possibility before, but now that I've broken all these habits and I'm in a different place now, now I can see that that's a possibility now.
Yeah, like I thought I could only go here, but like, oh my God, there's 7 more things past this part that I can go. I think I can reach.
That I might be able to actually. I think I could do that. Or maybe you didn't even know, but now that door's been open to you,
like
you're like, damn, I didn't even know that.
More steps, more
shit.
things.
Okay, well, let me maybe go try one of these things out. So now, like, as life is changing, you're going this way. Now maybe you went a little to the right just to see what's going on over here. Now you're going back a little, you know.
Yeah, like more opportunity and doors are opening because you were able to change a couple bad habits.
Yeah, but it's still progress, and it's you literally getting to that point to where you do love your life, and you love what you do, and you love the people in your life, and you love
the risk.
Yeah, you love the risk and the reward, the risk and reward of life. Of like, you know what? I see I'm stuck in my ways in doing X, Y, and Z. Maybe I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna see what doors open for me. I'm gonna see what new habits come about. I'm gonna see where I can take myself. Yeah, if I change this around, you know. And just see what happens, because I feel like that's just breaking bad habits and being disciplined is, to me, the way to not the only way, but those are like key points and components in changing your life and getting to a point of really loving what it is you're doing.
I think that's the first step in changing your life, because you have to break your bad habits.
You have to, and that requires discipline. So you have to
learn discipline.
You have to learn how to be disciplined. You
can't change your life with these bad habits. Like, especially like, I want to run a marathon, but like you smoking 4 packs a day. Yeah. Like that's a bad habit. Like, let me break. First off, I want to do this. Let me break some bad habits. Like, let me break this. Let me go down to like 3 packs, and then 2 packs, and then 1 pack, and then you're smoking half. You know, like you have to break things in order to start changing your life and seeing clearer and seeing different.
Yeah. Change is necessary.
Change is always necessary.
And
it's good for you.
It's so good for you. It's scary and it's uncertain, but it's so good for you and it's so healthy. And thing I changed to, I don't feel like it should happen frequently, yes, but not to the point where you're just out here confused in life type thing, like where you're just unsure and making a bunch of changes and things because you just don't know what to think and what to do.
So I think that's part of the second part. Then is like, do something, know what you want first.
Yeah,
don't just go out and start changing things without knowing what it is you're changing
results
for.
You really want. Like really think about the results that you want before you do certain things. And think if that's going to get you to that point. Because yes, it is good to for variety and having options and trying multiple things, but don't overwhelm yourself so much to the point where you just are sitting here lost in a pile of question marks because you're like, I don't even know. I did a little bit of everything and I still don't know. Like, pay attention to things and yourself and what really piques your interest and passion, what really kind of drives you.
Like, that's also how you learn what you want to do.
Yeah.
You have to try a bunch of different things. Especially if you're like in a rut, like don't go back and try things in the same pathway, but like you have to try a bunch of different random shit. So you know like what it is. Cause like what is my passion? I don't even know what I have a passion for, what I love to do. Like, I don't know because I'm stuck in this same routine of day-to-day life.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess it just depends though, like.
At some point, no, because you do. You have to, I think you start off with a variety of things.
Yeah, and then you start narrowing it down.
But you definitely have to narrow it down.
You have to pay attention, like you said, you have to pay attention to when you're trying these things, you have to pay attention to how you feel while you're trying these things. And bless you, I guess what you're saying is true though. Don't try a bunch of random things that you're going with the crowd. If you don't even think about it, because it's not random, I guess. You kind of have an insight of what you want. Like you have a variety, like, oh, I kind of want to go this path, so try things within that path of different things to do. But like, if you have no reason to be like, if you have no reason to be out here horseback riding, don't go fucking horseback riding. I mean, it has nothing to do with your path. Like, I mean, it just has. It
might open you up to something though, too. That's my thing. It's like, because trying new things might open you up to something. Like we literally just said it. It might open you up to something that you didn't know existed, that you didn't even know you're interested in. So maybe yes, go horseback riding, go hiking if you've never done it before, and test those waters. So like, and that's where it's like.
It's iffy. It's iffy.
Because I feel like I know what I'm trying to say with the options.
Yeah.
Like, with overdoing your options and things.
Yeah, like don't try too many. Like maybe make a little circle of them. Like.
But definitely like try things.
But don't.
You know, and I think you should always try things too, because like we said, you don't want to get stagnant and stuck in your ways. You want to keep expanding in different ways and try new things.
Yeah.
So I'm very big on even just like. When it comes to wanting to be an entrepreneur or being an entrepreneur, I think that dabbles in everything in life. Like, an entrepreneur, you do multiple things, you wear multiple hats. So in life, I think life is about doing multiple things and wearing multiple hats. You don't have to be one person, you don't have to be a streamlined version of anything. You can be multifaceted and do multiple things. I have friends who are photographers, DJs, artists, like chefs on the weekend, you know what I mean?
Like it's all the same person.
But it's just one person, and they do all these things that they dabble into in different ways to express themselves creatively and just to explore different parts and sides of themselves. And
I also like that when you're doing like your hobbies, so like you got to keep your hobbies open too with it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, like, this is my career, but this is also like doing what you love. And love what you do, like you can never make it as like what's that called? Like if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Like you got to keep what you're doing as like your hobby. Mm-hmm. That way you're never like feel like dreading it. Like I love the background work between like either like, the podcast and editing the stuff, editing my pictures, the whole like setting it up, or like just putting together a party. Like I love the background work. The point like I don't mind doing those things because like that doesn't make it seem like work.
Yeah. It's fun.
It's fun. It's my hobby. Like I will continuously.
It's a creative outlet.
Yeah, I can let myself loose with that, and I feel like if you like, you have to keep some things as a hobby and don't put too much pressure into it.
Yes.
To the point where it turns into like now you're dreading, because then it's like if you're dreading your creative outlet, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, I go to my creative outlet to like take some break and take a breath from all my work crap
for release.
Yeah.
To free my mind.
Yeah.
Let it
soar.
Yeah.
In a way.
Do its thing for a minute without directing the thoughts.
Yeah.
And guiding the thoughts. I just let it flow.
Let it flow. You know, I think another big step in like how to change your life, which is like honestly something I learned in therapy. No one gives a shit. That was a big pill for me to swallow, and I felt, Sandra, why would you say that to me first of all? But the she was like,
truest
she was thinking of no one gives a shit.
Like everyone's going through their own thing.
Shit. Yeah, everyone's going through their own thing.
So
like,
as much as you're caught up in somebody else possibly being concerned with your shit,
they don't care.
They don't. Only you are cared about your shit.
Only you care. And she walked. I was so like talking to her about it, and she was like,
"You're there."
Yeah. I was talking about. I was like, she goes, "Well, what?" Because I have social anxiety. Okay. And walking into a room, I literally imagine like I feel like all eyes immediately go to me, and they're picking apart every part of my life. Like even if I go to a brand new space, they're picking apart my kid. Like they never even know I have a kid. So how do you think they're picking apart how you raise your kid? I don't know. In my mind, that's what they're doing. And then I get freaked out. I get creeped out, and I go quiet. And then it's like, now I'm that weird on the corner. People think, oh, look at that weird on the corner. And she goes, why would you think that? And I was like, what do you mean? Why would I think someone thinks I'm a weird in the corner? I'm a weirdo in the corner. She goes, well, what makes you think of the 75 people in this room that everyone's looking at you? And what makes you so important? First, I was like, bitch, what you mean? What makes you so important?
It's what you mean. God, they're looking at me.
You know?
I arrived. arrived.
I arrived. And then I was like, oh, wait, pills follow. Why would I think anyone's fucking looking at me? Like, why? No one fucking cares.
No one cares.
People walk in the room all the time, but I don't give no side eye. Mm-hmm. I don't care because I don't give two shits. So why do I think someone gives two shits about me walking into a room?
You know what? I've thought about this. So this is I think hopefully it's a topic, or not hopefully it's a topic, but I don't know. I'm sure we've all crossed that path of like feeling like that little bit of social anxiety, like damn, is everybody staring at me?
Yeah.
But it is that like having a moment to realize everyone is caught up in their own shit.
Yes.
That as much as you might think somebody is talking about you, they're not. And I think sometimes, I know me personally, sometimes I think I've realized that I get that feeling because I've been around those people that do talk about other people.
Yeah,
randomly.
so amazing. Like if they're talking about this, they're gonna talk about me.
I start to think that people are doing that now to me because you know you have those friends or people that you end up hanging around that they do talk down on people all the time, or like somebody comes in and they just like, oh my god, look at her, she look crazy, you know, and it's like. I feel like sometimes you have that thought in your head when you go into places because you've experienced that from the other side of being like with somebody who's talking shit about people for no reason. So it's like you walk into somewhere and now you're like, damn, are people just randomly talking shit about me? Like even though I was walking here and now I'm looking crazy and now you feel like things are, you know, I think that's kind of where that comes from, just from being around that energy, you know, because it's like in a sense where I've been trying to wonder like why do I think that anyone's looking at me? And that's what I was like, well, because that to me that was what made sense, was that I've been around people who were talking about people, and so that's what triggered it. Of like
that is a good one too. I'm gonna tell her that. But another one was like, it's more of your insecurities of yourself. Like you're projecting this. You're like you're thinking someone's talking about like, oh, they're talking about your outfit because like maybe you had too many things. You changed your outfit 4 or 5 times, and now you're like,
really sure about your outfit. So now you're like,
everyone's talking about my pants.
Everybody sure about my
pants. Everyone hates my pants.
I know I hate it.
These other people, but in reality, these little voices in your head they're saying things like you're projecting. And I was like, first of all, I think I looked fabulous when I walked to that party, but also I did change my outfit 7 times. So I walked in, so maybe I did. So, maybe I didn't feel fabulous, and I was like, oh, maybe it is what it is. Like maybe it's like it's not me thinking, because like you said, no one, like I said, Sandra said it best. No one gives 2 shits about you. You're not a main person. I was like, yes, the fuck I am. Everyone cares about me.
Everybody loves me.
Everyone loves me. But like, yeah, like why do you think anyone gives 2 shits about you for more than 0.2 seconds enough to spend their whole night talking about you? Because I will sit in the corner for all night like, oh my god, they've been looking at me all night long. I'll go home like, girls, all night long people were looking at me talking about me. Bitch, did they say anything to you? No,
nobody said anything.
They didn't.
Like, so were they actually? No, maybe
no, they probably weren't. And so you gotta humble yourself.
Yeah.
When you're about to change your life, you need to humble yourself, because once you realize that no one gives 2 shits, you'll go out and do more things. Yeah. So a lot of things you're stopping yourself from doing. It's like, oh, I don't want to do because someone's gonna make fun of me. No one cares. But also, if people are there to make fun of you, they're also there participating in that same activity. So why would they make fun of you?
And also, I feel like, with the projections thing, like we all project in some way, shape or form. I've actually come to terms with a few of my projections in the ways that I project things onto friends and family and even people that I date, and just had those realizations. I think take the time to realize and focus on when you are projecting
and what they're saying, what your projections are.
And when are you like, take a moment to think about certain situations that make you uneasy. Break it down to like, okay, what makes me think that this is how they feel, or this is what the situation is? And then reflect on that for a minute and think like, is it me and my own thoughts that I'm projecting onto them, or did they actually tell me that this is how they feel, or that this is what the situation is? Because if not, you're projecting. That's you creating your assumptions and things based off of your own problems or child trauma, whatever the hell is going on. That's something that you now need to dive into and figure out, like, okay, why am I projecting? What is coming up? What is it that I'm searching for? What do I need? Why do I need this? Like, what is it? Why am I projecting this feeling onto somebody? Why do I feel this way? Definitely. Figure that out and dive into that so that you don't do that anymore, and so that you can, next time you might start to do it, you can stop yourself and be like, you know what? Ain't nobody thinking about me. Nobody thinking about me here. Everybody has their own life. I'm gonna go do what I want to do. Or it comes to you, like I said, trying to start something new and change your life, and you're worried about what your friends or family might think. because you're not the same person anymore, you know.
Oh, you changed.
It's gonna happen because you're not the same person, and sometimes
you're trying to change your life.
Yeah, people can't treat you the same way anymore. A lot of times, as you change and grow, and some people
access to the same way they used to.
Yeah, you're not down for all the same things all the time anymore because you're changing your ways and you're trying to improve yourself in your life, and that takes sacrifices. That takes those changes sometimes, and it's not that anything was bad with that person. It's just like I just can't do that anymore because I'm trying to change my life, bro. Like I'm trying to improve. So, you know, at those times you gotta just process things differently.
I feel like, because at that time too, like when you find those people who's trying to stop you from progressing in a different way that you want to go, and they don't have access to the way they want to. I'm not saying kick them out your life, because like they still bring some type of joy or something to you, but like you gotta sometimes like limit that, like put that wall a little bit more. Like, okay, well you can't get to me anymore.
Yeah.
You can't. Like, I'm not gonna answer all your phone calls because
to this extent.
Because I'm not changing. Like, yes, I'm changing, but I'm not. Like, I'm still a good person.
Yeah, like I'm still here. I'm still around.
Just because I can't go to every freaking. I can't party all weekend long.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. It's not happening. Yeah. And then they get mad. And you're just like, no, I can't do that. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm trying to do this. And I don't think I'm better than you. I'm just saying, you know, if you can't.
And when they start doing it, especially when they start doing it, so like, oh, you think you're better than me? That's them projecting. And then you gotta realize that's them projecting as well. That like, you're changing your life and you're doing good for yourself, and now they be like, oh, you think you're better than me? Like, no, that's what you think.
Yeah.
You think I'm better than you, and if you think I'm better than you, then if you want to join me in my change, I can help you. But if not, you are more than welcome to stay with you. Like we said before, no one's forcing anyone to change. If you don't want to change, you don't have to. Don't force anyone to, unless it's bad.
Unless it's bad for your health or somebody else's.
But at that point, if no one wants to change, they don't have to. Don't thrash down their throat the same as you fighting God or anything else. Don't thrash your beliefs and your goals and your ups and downs someone's throat. If that's not what they want and that's not what they want to hear, you have to adjust yourself to it and like, okay, pull back or whatever you have to do. You have to realize. You got to read the room.
Yeah. Read the room. Know when you're projecting. Know when someone else is projecting onto you.
Yeah.
Don't take it personally, but take it into consideration and acknowledgement of what the hell situation is really going on, and know what to take with you and what to leave behind. Like, okay, you're projecting. I'm gonna leave this alone.
You also know when it's projecting or when it's being. I don't want to say hate, but like when it's being like someone's trying to like.
I think even that is projection though, because that's them being hurt and they're projecting their hurt onto you.
Yeah, but when it comes judgment, but when it comes, if it comes the way where it's like them like spewing so much hatred towards you, we're like, okay, well, you can't be my life.
Yeah, no, cut that off.
Yeah, like
but
you
acknowledge
realize
that, like,
when it's projection or when it's just like them being detrimental to your
life.
Because if it's just projection, that's something you could.
Projection
is a great friend. Yeah. No, because if it's a good friend, like if you were projecting onto me, like I'm told we're building a healthy lifestyle, and you're just like, yo, you think you're better because you can run, and I was like, okay, hold on. Like especially like we've had these conversations, and like I proceeded with with the goal, and you haven't. It's like, okay, listen, this is what I did to do this. Like you gotta know who the friend is to talk. Yeah, you gotta know when the friend is like, let me talk to you, help you get to the goal, or when it's like, okay, cut you off now. Keep being a hater. Yeah, no matter what I say to you, because you gotta know, like, no matter what you say, sometimes you're just wasting your breath. And I'm the kind of person, I'm no nonsense. I'm not gonna waste my breath on saying something to someone I know it's not gonna go anywhere with. Mm-hmm. So at the point that you gotta know, like, am I cutting you off or am I gonna coach you through it? The next part to changing your life, I think you need to realize that everything costs.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that stops people from doing a lot of stuff. It's like, oh, it costs money. Everything costs. Whether you're going to pay the cost up front or you're going to pay little by little or you're going to wait and just not do it at all, and that's still going to cost you, it's just all cost. Mm-hmm. And I think you got to realize that. Like, you're going to spend some money to change your life.
You're going to spend money.
You're going to, unfortunately.
Part of
change
cycle.
It is. We live in a capital.
That's part of the cycle.
Yeah.
Part of your thought process should always be to save and be financially stable and be in that space where you can
spend the money to change it. Yeah, and that cost, like, is doing that. Like, put yourself, like, write down how much you make a month or a week, bi-weekly, whatever it is, and like really put all your money, like your bills, stuff in perspective and put it down. You can realize how much you actually have to spend. Like, honestly, you think like, oh, I only have $20 extra. Like, you would write it down and be like, oh, I have actual $400. Like I actually have money to spend that I've just been doing on some dumbass shit like you said, going to Starbucks every fucking morning. Like you realize how much money you can spend when you put a budget down. Like, okay, let me write down my expenses and see what I have, and then next thing you know, like, where the fuck does the extra money come from?
Yeah. I do that often.
Yeah.
Just as a refresher for myself, especially if you pick up little random bills, like you got Spotify, Netflix,
Hulu, Disney Plus.
You know, HBO Max, all these little bills.
Everything comes out now.
Your gym membership, all these little things that just pop up that you kind of forgot about, right? That's
because it just comes out. Especially those things, like those things just literally just comes out.
They just come out. But if you write it down, you get that sense of, okay, this is where everything's going to. And like you said, you see that extra $400 and you're like, what the hell am I spending $400 on? Oh, food.
Right? Oh, takeout. Oh, Starbucks. Oh, TJ Maxx.
Nowhere. So that's okay. Cool.
It lets you know where your money's going.
Now you can make those changes.
I recently actually just started because I was like wanting to save more money. Is what my new goal is. And I got one of the little money binders. And so like you know you like put all like different goals like how I want to put money on. I put money into each one every week. And I realized, like, oh, bitch, you actually make money. Like, you actually have money to spend. You don't have to go to TJ Maxx all the freaking time. That's where your money. Like, I put money, like, have a whole fun spending, and just like, oh my goodness, like, you have money now. It does go. Fun spending does go to TJ Maxx, but it's a allotment of money that I'm giving myself to go there, though. It's not just me swiping my card
every time you want.
Yeah.
I try to do that too. I've been doing that. I used to do it all the time as a kid, low key. Is whenever I would get money from my dad, I would put it aside. I would take like half of whatever he gave me and put it in like my sock drawer or something. And literally,
see, me as a kid, I was great at saving money as a kid.
I was so good at saving money.
Like Kayla and Brittany, then they were all going to be like, let me get $10. Like, no. No, you're not getting. As a military kid, you remember that little book they gave you, checkbook, whatever. I used to always have so much fucking money in there.
That's so.
And then now it's just like I don't know, maybe because I can have money in a car.
Yeah, I think it's the free access to get around and do the things you want.
And there's no one telling me no.
Yeah.
So like I said, the money binder is going great. It's been making me realize how much money I had. Like I actually just the first time taking money out the binder was this weekend when I went to Boston, and I realized like usually I would swipe my card, and like I didn't have to this time. It felt great to like have money, and now I had to like now I have like how I had to go back to work and work hard to make up for make up for the trip that I just went on. It felt good. It was my first pat. Like oh look at this, it's finally working out.
Yeah, I've started to. A friend of mine sent me this video about, it was this guy talking about, he's more so talking for business, like for being an entrepreneur, but I think it just applies to life in general too, about making a variety of different savings accounts for everything that you want to save for. And that way when you get paid, pay yourself first. Yeah. So like, and that's what he was saying with a business, like it was more so for business. So if you have a business, make sure, okay, you know, we made all this money. Let me make sure I pay myself first. And not necessarily that you even have to like put that directly into your checkings account so you can spend it right now. But for future references, like you can let that money from your business build up in your own account. Or if you don't even have a business, just break your savings accounts down to like, okay, you have your regular checkings, and you have your like a life savings, right? Yeah. You got yes, have a retirement account, but also have a life savings for emergency purposes. Yeah. Then have like, and then you have like an entertainment, a travel, a house for like all your bills, your car. Yeah. Like break it down to each thing that you want to or need to save for or have money for, and pay yourself off at first. That way your checking is always your free spend money, but then you also still have those other accounts that are taking care of everything else that you need to take care of. Yeah. And you need, but also in having that entertainment account, that's you paying for your entertainment. Yeah, like everything's a lot. You put in a lot of money, which you're able to spend. Because then once that's empty, like okay, you're done. You're done. You can't do anymore. You can't do anything else. Like that's it. Yeah. But like. That's what the money buy. That's what the money buy. Because like as a waitress, like I get cash. So, like, I have a lot of cash. More towards cash is easier to save. Too. It is because you can see it and I can take it and literally count it out, put it away, and I know it's wet. It's here. In my account, I still see you. I see you. Which is why like I put my account. I'm using it as my account as bills mostly. But at this point, like now I get to the point where like I kind of want a second a card. Yeah. Like I want to open probably like a Fifth Third or something because right now I'm trying. I love trying. I'm like I don't know why people die.
about it. I love Chime. It's great. The fact is, I hate that you can't put money on a card easily. You gotta go to 7-Eleven with some bullshit. I hate that shit. Makes me work for it. And then I have to put money in my card. I'm like, fuck that shit. However, that's what like, I kind of like that as like, I'll put that as my fun spending card, and then open an actual account for like my bills to come out of. That way, just like, okay, here's my bills, put the money aside, but here's my funds so I can just swipe and pay and have fun.
And not
like,
think twice about it and be like, well, I gotta pay this and that and da. No.
But this one, like, my money, but like I said, the money binder, it's like the fun spending, it's fun for links. I want for the podcast, put money aside for that. Cause like you have to invest in your goals. Like you can't have a goal and not invest in it. Like it's not working out. Because if you're not gonna put money towards it, who else the fuck will?
You have to.
You have to put some money.
You gotta invest, but that's that investing in yourself.
Investing in yourself.
And every way, shape, and form.
I saw that one too, because I think is that the first thing you forget to do, everyone forgets to do, is pay yourselves. So at the end of the day, like you're doing all this, paying all your people out, you're paying all these things out, and then like you feel like you have nothing.
You have nothing.
Pay yourself so you can feel rewarded. That you like, okay, I made money. I did something.
This is your life, or your job, or like whatever it is, but you worked for that. So
the same way you would go to work at somewhere else, like they would pay you. You have to pay yourself.
Pay yourself in every way, shape, and form. If you got paid, pay yourself. Pay your accounts. And be good.
Love that. Love that.
But also break it down so it makes sense. Don't pay yourself your whole check.
You're like, oh, we made $700. I got $700.
I don't know about the rest of y'all.
You did not get $700.
Hey, like break things down so it makes sense.
Yes.
And I always do priorities first. So cover your bills first, and then your fun, entertainment, travel, whatever, and then pay yourself. Because those things are a priority. Like bills.
Travel, friends that like have
entertainment,
and they'll be going out every night, and they're coming and complain like, oh, I can't pay this. Like, bitch, I was just out with you, and you bought 2 bottles. Not just shots. You bought 2 bottles. You can't complain about your bills so much money
last night. Why'd you offer to buy everybody drinks?
Like, I went and took a drink, and I knew you were struggling. You was like, I'm buying bottles, and I was like, bitch, I want some of your drink, and now you're like, oh, I can't afford my DTE. Bitch, why would you buy the bottle? We were all talking about going in, and you was like, no, I got it. You don't got it. Stop thinking you got it when you don't got it. No one cares. Like, it's nothing. No one fucking cares how much money you fucking make. Stop trying to be a big baller.
And that's the thing, is we say that, and they don't, but you do, like I said, you have those people that you get around that
but those people are detrimental to you. Like, when you realize that they care, like, you're not, that's how you can't
do the things I need to do to make myself better, then I can't be around. But
if this affects our relationship too, if me trying to better myself affects our relationship in a bad way, then we can't be friends. Because you're not here for me.
You're not.
And
really,
so if you
don't really care about me in the way that I need you to care about me. Like, you care about what benefits you, maybe.
Exactly.
As opposed to caring about.
You don't care about me. You care about what I do for you.
Well-being. You care about what I can.
What I bring for you, not what I actually do.
Not my well-being.
So at that point, like that tells you when you're changing your life, it tells you a lot about the people that's around you. Because if they're not rooting for you, then at that point, just like, maybe it's time to change my circle too, which also helps benefit in changing your life. Because when you're changing, because like, you think people are your friends, but then like you realize these people were toxic. They were not there for you. You realize how straining it was to be around them. Because if you're putting on a front with these people anyways. And like you release them, you're like, okay, whew, thank you. Actually, didn't realize how bad you were for me, but thank you.
I think even just new friends and new associates and people to talk to, like I said in previous episodes, it just broadens your horizon. It doesn't always mean that some people were bad for you and that you're looking for something new. It can just mean new experiences and mean new relationships, which is always good. Like I think keep it fresh, keep it funky, keep it fun. That these people don't have to be your life friends, or maybe they will be. But like, it can just be an acquaintance, but just meeting new people and having those new conversations that you might not have had before.
Because your friend circle is so limited, they don't see past some things, so now you're open to more like a different mindset.
Maybe there's not even into some stuff that you're into, and you finally found, I'm into Harry Potter. I finally found my Harry Potter crib, and we can nerd out on Harry Potter. And none of my other friends, some of them watch it, but haven't watched it, don't watch it, don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So now I got a Harry Potter crew, and it's like, It's just a great.
It's okay to separate certain things in your life. Like, this is my person I go to for this. This is my person I go for this. It's okay to have different groups for certain things. It's not like in high school, like, oh, I have one best friend, one friend group, and I gotta stick with them. Like, no. You can have different friend groups for every different situation in your life. It helps you, like, okay, great. Like, that's good adulting, I feel like. Like, you're my best friend here, but you're also my best friend here. This is my best friend over there. Like, you gotta have your different situation friends. It's great if your friends is all for all things. That's great, but at the same time, it's not not reliable. It's not reality.
Yeah, it's not
and it's
always
okay.
reality.
It's definitely okay.
Yeah, I think I just think getting to know new people all the time is like, be open to it. Don't be closed off.
Yeah, because like getting to know new people, like we said before, it's always like opening new doors and opportunities. You get the same group, like you're never gonna go like, yeah, I love you guys, but you're never gonna go any further.
Like we're not. And maybe you will, but I think even that, like, going apart and then everything to me, life is in cycles. It's in waves. It grows, it expands, and then it comes back in and like it just does this flow, right? So there's kind of this
like breathing.
Like breathing, and it kind of goes like this all the time. And it's waving and it's going up and down, and so you're gonna have your high moments, and then you're gonna have your low moments in multitude of ways. And even when it comes to friends, you're gonna have those moments when you're really connected and close, and you have those moments where y'all haven't talked in a while because life. You know, and maybe during that time you guys weren't talking to each other. You were talking to other people who opened and expanded your mind, and then you came back together, and now you guys can share all the things that you learned separately and went through. But that's also going to continue to grow your relationship there. If you guys are both on the same path of growth, then it's just going to continue. You know, it fuels more things. Like, your growth continues to fuel the growth of those around you if you're in the right relationship.
Ooh, I love that. That's
what I'm trying to say.
I love that.
More of my long ass
ramble.
I'm like one of these nerdy ass scientists that be trying to just.
She got things to say, but she don't know how to say the things.
Yeah, and then it's like, you could have say press play. I'm like, well, if you take the controller and hit the one button up to the left, right corner in the side, and then you just press it ever so, it's just a lot of ramble.
She gave 14 steps, but it's gonna take 3 steps.
Yeah, it's okay though. Okay, friends should always be expanders, and I think if you have the right friends for you in your life, you're going to expand together always.
Expand.
You know, like you're gonna grow. You're gonna grow apart sometimes, but you're gonna come back together. You're gonna continue to grow together because you're both in that same mindset of doing things and moving forward. So you kind of encourage each other and push each other, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And meet new people, and then you introduce each other to the new people you met, and then sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's okay if it doesn't work. Been there. If it doesn't work, it's okay. Like, it just, you're like, all right, cool, noted.
I'm okay with
I'll keep it. Yeah, I'll keep it. These are my friends.
We're talking about new friends. Amy, you don't get new friends. No. This is my daily warning. Sorry, Amy. I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna do. I guess you're just stuck in the house with your man and your kids.
Yeah,
she's married now. What the fuck are you gonna do? She has me and Dre. What else does she need?
That's all you need in this life.
That's all she needs in life. It's me and Dre.
Just like me.
And I feel like the next step to change your life, probably stop trying so hard. Let things flow. Like it's like a wave. If you're trying to force things being forced usually don't work out.
Yeah. I have a thing with control.
Me too.
So I go through this often. Especially if things aren't falling into place how I imagine them to or how I want them to, and things just start derailing or not making sense, or there is just, I don't have the clarity that I want in life. I try to control things that I think I can control so that I can gain my clarity by controlling things, and it never works. So I'm at the point right now too where I'm at like, and I was at this point before too, where I kind of surrendered to the flow of life and was okay with it. But then of course you go through hard shit and it makes you want to regain that control.
Yeah,
you're like
when things start going, the more fucked up things get, the more I try to rein it in and get control.
Squeeze so hard.
Like that's like the one thing. It's the one thing I cannot. Like I think of I've gained a lot of perspective on that. I think I let go of a lot of things. I like control. I'm very controlling. I feel like if you met me like 6 years ago, you would think I'm even more control freak than I am. So I feel like I've definitely, grown. I'm still a control freak though.
Yeah. It's still there.
Still there. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's something that's always going to be there to an extent because it's part of you, and you like to.
I like to be in control. I think things go better because I'm a person like I don't want. My thing is life is like you can't complain about things if you didn't do it yourself.
Yeah.
And so like I don't want to complain about if I gave you a task and because people are doing a task the way that they see fit.
Yeah.
And if I want a task done a certain way, then I should do it the ways that I want to do because I cannot give someone a task and expect them to do the way that I want it done.
You don't even know the way that I see it being
done. So like, and I don't want to complain after you gratefully did something to me too. So just like
and then so like
there becomes
be wanting to change it the whole time, but now I feel bad if I change it because then you're gonna look at me and I'll be like,
I don't feel bad. I don't get two shits. I'm gonna change it.
I do it all. I'm gonna be like,
so this was great. I love this, but I really think that if you like this and like this, and then everybody also does something like this. Yeah. Oh my god, you did such a good job. I love it.
I just added a little bit to it. Right? It's okay. It's wonderful.
And then I have no problem though. I would give some credit. Like, oh yeah, so and so did this. Yeah. Knowing damn well that I did it. I don't care. I would give the person credit. Like, oh, bitch, you just changed it all. Yeah, but I gave you credit for how I was commenting on it. It's not like I needed credit for the comment. I just wanted it to be my vision.
Yeah, I just saw a certain way and I needed to bring it to life.
Definitely.
But I think that control is always going to be there, but it's learning when to be in control and when to let go. Yeah. And I think in life, you should definitely, you should go with the flow of life and its many turns and things that happen and understand that you're human, mistakes happen, life happens, it's okay. But the way you should be in control is when it comes to breaking those bad habits and being disciplined. That's when you apply that need to be in control. You need to be in control of something. Be in control of all these habits you want to break and all this stuff you want to do.
Your life. The thing that you can control is your life. You can't control outside factors, but you can control your life.
You can control your spending.
When you wake up, you can control what you eat. You can control what you drink. Yeah. There's things that you can't control that you can
be very much in high control of.
That would also, like, when you realize how much you are in control, because that was the one thing that I did. That's another thing I learned in therapy. When you realize how much you are in control of, it does feel you're better. Like, oh, I'm not losing control of everything because I have to control this, this, and this, and this. So it's not like my whole world's up in flames. It's just, the weather that screwed up your event. But you can control how you woke up in the morning. You control the fact that you can move the event. You can control the fact that now, like, it was pretty much something can happen indoors. Yeah,
like, you can so control your reaction to everything.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay. Typically, I would react hysterically because what the fuck. But now, I'm going to take a moment. Like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to go sit in the car. I'm going to go remap this whole event. I'm going to replan it. And it's going to be fucking amazing. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but give me a good fucking 10 minutes
your mindset
to, like,
do it.
Breathe myself down and out of it. And then come back and come up with a process plan. And then I'll be back and we can go and we can kill this shit and then boom. But that's that self-control. You want to control something? Like you said, you can't control
how you react.
Control your reaction. Control the way that you make things happen for yourself. Control the things that you can and don't get caught up in the things that you can't. Because if you get caught up in the things you can't control, you're just going to drive yourself crazy.
Yeah, honestly, if you get caught up in things you can't control, you're going to spiral down because, like, it starts off like, oh, I can't control this. And then you can start listening to everything you can control. It started off like I said, the event that started raining, and next thing you know is you can't control what someone said. And then next thing is this and this and this and this. And it's like, how the fuck even get there? This has nothing to do with what is going on right now. And you just spent 15 minutes complaining about what you can't control when you could have spent 15 minutes coming up with a new plan for this whole event.
Somebody's late. And then it started raining. We don't have access to this. Yeah. People are showing up early. I don't know what to do.
It's like you're
you're focusing on all the things you can't control and the negative. Yeah. So what do? You reshift, refocus.
Definitely.
Bring it in. Relax. And come up with a new plan.
The best advice I can give you for honestly, 4 long deep breaths. I would say 4-second deep breaths. Yeah. And like hold it and then let it loose. Yeah. It's still the best advice. Because honestly, when you feel like you're losing control, breathing is what you need to do.
Breath exercises are very important too. I think if
every day
haven't tried breath exercises, you should. Like she said, the 4 deep breaths in and out. Even when you breathe in, like
you breathe in for 3 seconds, hold it for 7. No, hold it for 6.
I'm like 7.
Yeah.
What?
This is what Sandra said. You breathe in for 3, you hold it for 4, and you count out for 8. That's what it is.
Because I've heard that you take your time, and every time you breathe out a little longer. And like you can draw.
Also, the best way to put yourself to sleep too.
Yeah.
If you feel like you have a hard time falling asleep, the best way to put yourself to sleep. You
meditate too.
Do that like 4 or 5 times. That same thing, you'll be like knocked out within 15 minutes.
That's a good way to meditate too.
Yeah.
It's if you're having a moment and you need a moment, go somewhere private, even if it is just to your car. Turn it, like make sure nothing's on. Take your deep breath, and just each breath, you clear your mind.
Don't think about anything.
Clear your mind.
Go to a dark space.
Everything out and just let the silence surround you.
Let nothing exist but the silence.
Imagine yourself in a very beautiful place, wherever that is for you, just sitting in
a dark space. I just need to be dark and silent.
See, I meditate everywhere though, because I meditate in my car ride home, and you don't always
I can meditate dark,
yeah, you don't always have to be
but
sitting there with your eyes closed.
When I'm thinking, I'm in a dark space. It's dark. Like there's nothing, there's no light or nothing, just darkness.
Oh, see, yeah.
That's the calm. I like the calm. I don't want to see shit.
And like, I always try to imagine myself by some water somewhere. Yeah. So I'm either on a rock by like this waterfall and this beautiful little pond, but then you gotta do
two different
whatever.
people.
I'm always like meditating on the rock, or I'm on the beach in my mind and I'm listening. Like I'll play little playlists while I'm listening to the waves. Or I'm listening to like nature,
like the space. Well, like that's also what I learned from Sandra too. Like she was diving into like why I like hiking so much, and like like I don't feel satisfied. Like I love hiking here, but I don't feel satisfied with it because there's no elevation with it.
It's not.
Like the higher I go, the higher I go,
I'm just going on a walk through the woods. It's not a hike. I'm on a walk through the woods.
Exactly what it is. A walk through the woods.
It's not a hike. I'm just I'm on a trail walking through the woods.
Exactly. But I always feel like the better I feel, like the higher I get, the better I feel. So like I feel my best like on a plane. Honestly, people are always nervous and scared. The higher I get in a plane, the better I feel. And she's like, it's more like because like you have like there's nothing else to stop you. Yeah. You're so above the clouds that there's nothing to limit you.
There's no limits anymore.
Yeah, and like that's why you feel like we get up high. I feel like, whew, okay, I feel better now.
Like, okay,
like yeah,
guys.
Like I want to go as high as possible.
Next podcast is on a plane.
Yes. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, I just feel like I always feel like she was like, oh, that's because like that's just your anxiety talking. Like that's just you not like you want to be far away from everything, and you needing to like find like you're away from like all the like pillars of life. I was like, oh, that's weird, but yeah, that does feel like that sounds real.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So to wrap things up, we just want to say thank you for tuning in.
We're getting Pokeballs.
We're getting Pokeballs. So we gotta go. Good luck with life.
Good luck with life. We're still, like we said, it takes time changing your life. We're still working on it, so take your time. Give yourself some grace period.
No pressure.
Love yourself. If you don't want to change, you don't have to change. If you want to change, change.
Go with the flow.
Find some people who can help you, encourage you.
You're human.
You're human.
Yeah.
Give yourself.
Have the right friends. Have the right people in your corner that are going to encourage you.
And the same grace you extend to other people, extend to yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Return that's oh my god, that's a good one. Return that courtesy and that
the same
that sense of forgiveness and grace that you give to others. Give that to yourself.
Because we give so much to people, like, oh, it's cool, it's fine. Then you're so hard on yourself.
And then you come down so hard on yourself. Don't do that.
Same thing to yourself.
And it's so easy to do that to yourself because you're always going to be your biggest critic.
Always.
But just try to remember or acknowledge when you are projecting or when someone's
Cash made it.